Hi guys, so today I thought I would do a subscriber body typing and color typing, or rather two subscribers, because this time we have fewer photos, but I still wanted to include these ladies, and I think it's interesting to see how one body type can manifest in different people. So both of these ladies have the same body type, and that body type is beveled soft. So if you are completely new here and you don't know what's going on, I'll leave some links down below to some videos you can watch on how to find your body type and color type, and if you are still confused, then I also offer typing through my website, and I'll leave a link to that down below. And I always have to say this, these are not client photos. These are photos that these ladies submitted through the website, and they gave me permission to use these photos in this video. So these are not client photos. Client photos are always private. Let's say thank you to these ladies for letting me use these photos. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so here I am actually starting to lean, and this is also an angle from sort of above, you know, so her lines are going to look shorter than they actually are from that angle, just like for anyone. But at the same time, you know, we can kind of see that her jawline has some soft angularity to it, so that's answer B. And so overall, she is reading to me just from sort of experience. You know, we don't have any full-length photos of this lady, and we don't have any full-length photos of the next lady either, but just from the photos that I see of her, you know, I'm thinking beveled soft for her, because I do think that, you know, you can see she has some structure to her jawline, for example, here. And for her color type from this image, it seems like she is cool and radiant and olive. So you can see that she looks good in pure black. The black is not harsh on her. The black hair is not harsh on her. The black top is not harsh on her. And she does have a cool lip on that just looks practically natural on her. And she looks like she has olive skin. You know, you don't see any pinks to her skin, any reds to her skin. She looks like she is olive and cool and radiant. Okay, so here we can see that once again, she is olive, she is cool toned, but the thing is that, you know, it is so hard to tell vertical line if you don't have the full body photos. Here I would say that she looks like she could, there's a small chance she could be maybe round and mixed or something, but I really doubt it still, because even just from the shoulders, you can already tell someone's vertical line in a way, and you can already tell sort of how their bone structure is, because you can already see the proportion of their head to their shoulders. So in that sense, you can kind of see, you know, that maybe like, oh, does this person have a big head? Do they have a small head? She doesn't look like she has a big head to me. So, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if she were beveled soft, but, you know, because we don't have full-length photos, I wouldn't be comfortable officially, you know, typing her or anything like that. So keep that in mind, but she looks beveled soft to me still from this photo as well. And so here we see that she is, you know, again, this is a close-up, right? So we can't really see her whole bone structure, but I would say still here she looks like she would be beveled soft, and also definitely cool and radiant olive. So you can see that, you can just see that her skin is cool and that it's olive. And of course that's confirmed by the black not looking harsh on her or anything like that, but you can see that she doesn't have any warmth to her skin. It's pretty much cool toned. So she is cool and radiant and olive. So what does that mean? So she would look really beautiful in plum. Plum is really pretty on olive and cool and radiant olive, because it has those reds in it, right? And so the reds in plum, or, you know, eggplant or purples, the reds in those colors are going to contrast with the greens of olive skin. And so that's what's going to happen. So those plums, purples, things like that are going to be very flattering on her. And also lighter colors might work too, because it looks like she could have a dynamic contrast level. So, you know, that would mean that she has skin that's tan enough that if she, or deep enough or tan enough that if she wears light colors, it would contrast with her skin, and that would be creating a flattering effect because that would pick up on the sparkle of her eyes, the whites of her teeth. So someone like Kim Kardashian, well, actually, you know, your color twin, oh no, she's not exactly your twin. Kim Kardashian is not exactly your twin. She's cool and delicate, but she is beveled soft, and she is also a dynamic contrast level, Kim Kardashian. So she's kind of close, and she's olive. So she's kind of close to you in terms of her coloring, in terms of her body type. So yeah, so you might want to take a look at her, but your colors are just brighter. Your colors are brighter. And so there's a reason why Kim Kardashian has her signature look as those nude tones, right? Because she's cool and delicate, you know, so that looks really pretty on her. And of course, for you, you might want to go for some fresher tones than Kim Kardashian. So you might want to look at Nazanin Boniadi, who is cool and radiant and olive, but she's not your body type. She might be like blended sharpened or something, but I'm still, yeah, she's probably blended sharpened. So anyway, let's move on. This is this lady. Now let's move on to the next lady and take a look at another beveled soft lady. So this lady is also beveled soft, and you can see here that, you know, she kind of reminds me a little bit of Blake Lively here. Blake Lively is beveled firm, okay? The reason why I say this lady is soft is because I do think she has softness, like round eyes. Blake Lively doesn't have very round eyes, and this lady also has some softer lips, so I just see some softness to her, and she looks smaller than Blake Lively, you know, she looks smaller, but she still has some of those angles. Like you can see she has that structure to her jawline like Jennifer Aniston has, and so that is a beveled type of a jawline. And you know, you can see that her vertical line, like she might be like 5'5" or 5'6", you know, so she's not, I would probably say that's how tall she looks. We don't know how tall she is, obviously, but she looks like she is a little bit like moderate to tall, so it's kind of consistent with beveled soft. And of course, for her skin tone, she is warm and delicate. You can already see that from this photo alone, which of course we never do anything from one photo, but this is, if you look like this and you're confident that that is an accurate representation of your skin tone, you are warm and delicate. And the next thing is, like, is she more like rosy in tone or peachy in tone, or is she more olive in tone? And the thing is that I'm hesitant to call people who are only slightly olive, okay? Because she is slightly, by olive, I mean she wouldn't be flattered by reds to her hair, okay? So she would be flattered by this type of hair where it doesn't have red to it. So that means that she doesn't have those rosy tones to the hair. She would be like neutral, slightly olive, just because she doesn't have reds to her skin. She doesn't have pink skin or rosy skin. She has more like golden skin. But she's not going to have trouble finding foundation because she, first of all, is not that olive, and secondly, she is also warm. So warm toned foundations tend to be less pink or less rosy, so in general she would probably be just fine finding some foundation shades that work for her. So she is most likely warm and delicate, and also beveled soft. Okay, so here we can see, you know, again, she is in some natural lighting. In this case, in the previous case, it was not natural lighting, but here she's in natural lighting. She looks warm and delicate to me. Again, you could say to yourself, Mary, if you're new, okay? If you're new, you would say this. If you're old, you would not say this. But you'd be like, Miriam, but the gold looks like it's warmer than her skin, right? And so the gold still looks good on her because she's warm and delicate. At the end of the day, warm and delicate can wear gold, you know? It's not going to look bad. It's going to look just fine. It's going to look good. The thing is that it might fool the eye into thinking that warm and delicate is cool. But they're not cool. They are warm. The thing that's happening here is that gold is just too warm for her. So she could, you know, she would do well with rose gold or copper. Those are only slightly warm, just like warm and delicate. Because remember, warm and delicate is only slightly warm. That's why they're also delicate. So that's a whole other story. Yeah, so you can see that she looks really pretty with this sort of like ivory type of top or dress. So that looks really pretty on her, and it works well with her skin tone too, because she has a bit of a tan. You know, a lot of the time, you know, people might think that the dynamic contrast level is only for people who are deep enough or something like that. But if you are, even if you're a blonde, like if you're blonde like Hayden Panettiere, you might actually look really beautiful in light colors because they're going to contrast with your tan skin. So that's what's happening here as well. And she would also look good in mid-tone colors like olive greens, terracottas. She would also look good in those warm, cool colors like teals, or like especially warm purples would look really pretty on her because she is beveled soft, so that means that her colors would be brighter, you know, because of her body type. So she might feel dragged down if she wears too many earth tones, like head to toe earth tones. The really heavy earth tones might be too much for her. So she might want to do some of those lighter colors like what she's wearing here. She might want to do some warm purples. She might want to do peaches. That would look really pretty. Or some, you know, some olive greens, of course, will look pretty as well. Okay, so here we probably have artificial lighting, but again, we can see that she has some warmth to her skin, and she looks like more olive in this photo than in the other photos. So that's pretty interesting, and I think that, you know, her hair color looks like that could be her natural hair color, and you can see how there's no red to it. You know, the natural hair color is always something that just matches you in terms of red-green balance. Your natural hair color really matches you in terms of that really well. And in this case, her natural hair color is also warm. So yeah, it looks just right on her, right? It's her natural hair color. Sometimes redheads will have warm, bright hair and they have cool skin, and so it still looks good on them because for hair color, one of the most important things is red-green balance to make it look natural. I have a whole video on that that I will leave a link to down below. So for hair, you want to match red-green balance as well as cool warm for it to look, you know, most harmonious. But some people, you know, because some redheads sometimes cool red hair, like cool auburn, that's too cool to a point where it's unnatural. It starts to get into like a body type thing where it's like maybe for their body type, unnatural looking hair doesn't look just right on them. So in that case, they actually do better. Cool redheads can sometimes do best with warm, their own warm orange hair, you know, and that is in part because it matches them in the red-green balance as well. But now I'm getting a little sidetracked. But here you can also see, you know, in this photo, it's like you could say, oh, well, maybe she looks like blended sharpened, you know, like she could look like she is a blended type. But we saw in the other photos that she definitely looks like she is beveled. So that's why we don't really take just like one photo. But here her body type is definitely a bit more unclear from this photo alone and in that type of angle. Maybe it's the lighting or something. But yeah, but still we can see that she is warm and delicate. And so here again we can see she's warm and delicate. Again, you know, the warm hair looks really pretty on her, and again the hair doesn't have any reds to it. And so that's what also makes it work so well for her. And her eyes are warm also, so she is pretty much warm toned. You know, she is warm and delicate, and she is slightly olive leaning. And she is most likely beveled soft. So that is it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave some comments down below and let me know your thoughts. Give me some video suggestions. I'm always looking for those. If you're still confused about what is going on, I'll leave some links down below to some videos you can watch to get you started. And then if you're still confused, I offer typing through my website. And oh, if you like these kinds of videos, we also have a club where we have exclusive content, and we have a private community where people submit their photos for these kinds of videos, like these typing videos, but they're kept off of YouTube. So it's a more private community. So if you enjoyed this, then let me know in the comments and give me some suggestions for future videos, and I will talk to you next time. Okay, bye.